This is Gary Moyer again with the first look at the La Sardina, the new camera from Lomo. This is a model called the Marathon, and it's just based on a type of sardine can. It has the label. They're fashioned after the artwork on sardine cans, basically. And the basis for this camera was a camera made during the 50s called the Candor Candid camera. It was a 127 film camera that had a very similar shape, probably not as fat as this one. This one uses 35mm film, but it's very similar in style to that. You can see it has a fixed lens on here, which is 22mm, so it's wide angle. It has an aperture of f8, which is fixed. You cannot change that. And you have a shutter speed, which you can adjust. Right here is a little slider switch for that. You have bulb, and you have N for normal, which is 1/100th of a second. And then you have multi-exposure here. What you can do is collapse this lens when it's not in use. It's a little tough at first. It's a little tight. Don't be afraid to turn it, and then it collapses like that. So you can push it in when you're storing it. The shutter will not work, so you can't accidentally take any photos when it's in that mode. But when you're ready to take a photo, pull it out, twist it. It'll snap in place, and there's a little note that says in there, "Only shoot if you can read me." That way you know you're in the right spot. You also can focus. It's a zone focus. You have up to half a meter to 1 meter for your close-up, which has like a little fly symbol there. And then you can rotate it, and anything over 1 meter to infinity is where you would use that. Again, on the shutter, click it to the left for bulb mode, so when you press down, the shutter is going to stay open as long as you hold it down. You also have a threaded piece there on the shutter release, so you can use a cable release. Slide over one click, put you in normal, 1/100th of a shutter, and then after you take a picture, if you want to do a double exposure or even more, click this over and it resets the shutter for you without advancing the film. You slide it over as many times as you want to expose that one frame of the film. To get to the back, you have a switch on the side. Slide that down, swing it over like that. The inside of the camera, typical loading 35mm film. Put it in, put your knob down, bring it over, go put it in a slot, wind it on. Once you wind it up, get it on there straight, snap the back on, and there you go. Wind your film, shut her down. Wind it, and it'll stop when you have film loaded, when you get to the next frame automatically for you. So you get normal 35mm size prints, but it is a wide angle. But you don't have any problem with processing with this camera. You can take it in any lab and you'll get normal size 4x6 prints. You also have an area over here where you can attach a separate item for you can buy separately a flash unit. Contacts go there, and it screws in here to hold it in place. They offer two of the cameras, two different style artwork that you can get with flash already that cost more than just buying the camera by itself. You could always buy the flash later if you feel you need it, but it is a specialty flash. Your normal flash is not going to work on this. You do have a film counter window, and you do have a socket on the bottom to put attached to a tripod. But this is the first look at the Sardina Marathon model, and once again, another nice camera put out by Lomo, and not a terribly high priced item. This is about $50, and keeping it in that range is about as high as you want to go, really, when you're looking at plastic cameras. does have a little lens cap too.